Yeah, it's okay.
I'm having trouble with the audio. Like, I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, now I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go play in the room.
Yeah.
Jasmine. Okay. I think it's just Jasmine's audio.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. It was like, I don't know, it's going in and out. I hear you now, though. Okay.
All right. You have your drink, you have your food, you have your dinner ready?
I ate my dinner. I'm a happier person.
Okay, because I know you were telling me that you were
starving.
Okay, so you were starving. I bring my food too, so we could eat together while we did the podcast. But then we both ended up eating our food.
So.
My bad.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. So we can go ahead and jump right in. I see you no longer have the baby.
I don't.
Pass off.
Yeah, successfully.
Okay, so in honor of Women's Month, we wanted to end the month with interviewing somebody that was amazing. So we are going to be interviewing Destiny Bennett, who is a photographer, a business owner, a wife, a mother, and a social media influencer. It's a long list of things.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
All right. That's a great friend.
Aww.
Each other since high school. So we are going to try to refrain from any inside jokes or something that nobody else doesn't know what we're talking about.
Or back down memory lane.
Or if we do go down memory lane, we'll try to explain
to others
what we're talking about.
Right.
Okay, so we can go ahead and just dive right in because I know it's late and we both have kids to get to.
So they do, ladies and gentlemen. They have
like me and you, not me and you.
Kid free. Not that I'm not against people that have children. I'm the designated auntie for a lot.
And your kids are amazing, so we're actually going to talk about them a little bit later. I want to start off talking about your photography because I feel like I knew you kind of in the beginning of that. So you started off as Photos by Destiny.
Very embarrassing. No, it is not. I'm ashamed of those days.
That's when you cut your teeth. You can't be ashamed of that.
I feel honored that I have like your OG photos, the originals that still say Photos by Destiny. I will cherish them forever.
I just want to like apologize to everyone I took pictures of within like that first 3 years. Like,
I'm done.
I just want to apologize to them. Like, I feel so bad.
My Photos by Destiny are going to sell for millions. On growing so that I can buy a house. Just sell it and buy a house. So
in my first 3 years out.
Okay. So we're going to hopefully try to post some of your pictures, the newer ones, of course. But do you want to go ahead and just talk about how you got started and how much you've grown and evolved with your photography business?
Sure. It's funny because I was like telling my husband, like, I guess I've always had an interest in photography because we were looking through old pictures. And my mom used to have a daycare, and I literally had like pictures from like my Polaroid camera where I was like dressing up the daycare kids and like making like backdrops and like my nieces and nephews. I'm like, dude, like it's really crazy. Like my whole life, I guess I've had an interest in it. I started in 2011, and I started with like a local, as you can say, modeling agency for like youth, and that just kind of continued to transpire into like where I am today. I noticed that like I didn't really care for shooting fashion, like high fashion. Like I just felt like something was missing. And so I kept like stopping, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore, and changing my style and like transforming into different stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do like newborn. Nope, don't like newborns. They're horrible people. Oh, I'm gonna do oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And like I just kept getting stuck, and then I kept getting pregnant, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, dude, like,
newborns.
Right. Obviously I like newborns, like apparently.
You don't like newborns.
But like I just can't get this right. And like finally, that's why I said for at least the first 3 years, I feel like I sucked. And I finally started, I guess having kids kind of brought me to my passion, because I realized I do like high fashion, I like editorial, but I like working with moms. And I like working with moms on a high fashion and an editorial base, being able to do that with their kids, like stuff you would see like celebrity moms like in a magazine, you know? I feel like every mom like deserves that experience, and everything doesn't have to be like the same cheesy, I hate saying cheesy because it's not cheesy, but the same old, you know, lifestyle photography. I just like being different and doing something different for my clients. And like my clients really like the experience of like kind of like feeling like a celebrity for a day to an extent. So like once I found that, I really just like matured in that like for the last like few years, and just like growing as far as like my set design and my styling. And I went from like using wardrobe mainly from like other people or buying wardrobe to now like I make most of my stuff. And I'm horrible at sewing, but I just kind of like makeshift everything, and it just ends up like exactly how I want it to. So yeah, that's kind of how I got where I am. And I'm still like growing and maturing and learning and trying to, you know, get ahead. But I feel like I finally found my niche that like I really have a passion for.
Mm-hmm. I liked how you said that you had to add on to your skill. Like when you talked about, you know, like I'm a horrible sewer, but I sewed anyway. And and I like that, because most people will get caught up on that hang up, that one particular thing. Oh, I don't have this skill, or I can't pay somebody to do this. Upon themselves to learn, you know what I'm saying? And then, even though I'm not the best, this is still a skill that I have, and I can always.
Right. Yeah, and you have to like. I found like to an extent like you literally have to, because otherwise you'll be relying on people forever, and it's like you're not able to go at your own pace. You have to go at somebody else's pace based on when they're available or what they can do or what they can offer, you know?
Right.
You have to do a little bit of everything, just enough to be able to like make it work. Right. Like I had a shoot today, and like I styled the whole shoot. It was a mom and two girls, and the girls literally had like wardrobe malfunctions like 50 times. Like their dresses kept like falling down, and they were just like topless. And I was like, okay, come here, let's redo you. I was like, look, it's not perfect. I never said it's perfect, but it's gonna work for the picture. So
right. Yeah. Put a little string here, put a little pin there.
Right. Put a little staple there.
No, when I'm looking at the pictures, all these women always have these beautiful dresses, and I don't know how you're doing this. They're like flowing in the wind. I don't know if that's are you designing those? Is that when you say you're sewing? Is that?
Yeah, for the most part, I design like I want to say like 89% of like what's in my pictures, as far as like my most recent pictures.
So we're talking about not just set or set background or backdrop. We're talking about the actual wear.
Right.
So just a photographer, you're a designer.
I guess you can say that.
A designer and the seamstress in training.
So the list is growing. So that's
I hate saying I'm a designer, because I feel like that's an insult to designers. But
have you seen Beyonce's mom's sketchbook? She said, I'm not the I do have
Hayden.
Oh, it's okay.
Hayden. Mommy is doing something.
I'm not trying to interrupt. I'm trying to sit back.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know. You might have another video producer.
Hi, Hayden.
Bruh.
He wants to
say hi.
Hi.
Hey, I love your hair. It's rocking.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You do. I got a thing for hair.
I almost want to just bring up his video about the hair, because you mentioned his hair, and I don't think you know you've seen that. I don't know if you say it.
I probably have.
And I almost just want him to say it, But I don't know if you guys get tired of people asking him.
He hears it all the time. And it's funny because it's been almost 2 years since he made that video. So like people will be like, oh, say no, Susan. And he's like, that's old. Like, like, that's so old. That's from last year.
Yeah, but it's like a little catchphrase. It was just so popular that even when it gets old, when you come across him, you're gonna be like a little bit kind of starstruck and just like, oh my God, can you just say the thing, say the thing?
Exactly. So, no, you can't do him like that. His mom saying no, he'll come up with it. Right. But back to what we were getting at, though. I mean, that's outstanding. The fact that you're incorporating all the skills.
Right.
Just simply started out as just simple, oh, no, I like taking photography. I like taking pictures and just different things like that.
Right.
Like, I can't wait to see some of your photography. She's always talking about it.
Yeah, because I always boast about it. Like, I boast about it as if I was just doing it myself. I'm like, oh.
I know her though.
Somebody, and we live so far away. So even when I am like looking at photographers, like recently, one of the reasons we got in contact was because I was looking for a photographer and I just needed some quick pictures, and I'm just looking at them and I'm thinking, nobody's gonna put as much care and attention and pay so close.
My internet went out. Hold on, because you're like frozen.
This is a face you was making.
No, that's just how I talk.
Mannequin challenge.
I want to ask her if I'm still frozen.
Why are you still moving? I'm done.
Okay, there you guys are. Sorry, it like completely froze, and I was like, I don't know if that's my internet or if that was you guys' connection.
Are we moving now?
Yeah, you're good now. You were frozen for like a good 60 seconds.
I was just saying we were trying to bring back the mannequin challenge. Just
I know.
Right. I was like, what happened?
Okay. And I lost track. Oh yeah, but just saying, like, you're so great with photography, and it's funny because when you're saying you look back and you're like, oh, I wasn't even that good. But back then I was like, oh, she's the best photographer. And now I'm like, was I lying? What's going on? Because now I love your pictures back then. I still have them framed, but you have grown so much. And I loved them back then and I love them now. So
thank you.
I liked how you I'm sorry. I liked how you recently talked about like how it didn't just all happen for you at once. Like it wasn't just it just happened for me overnight. No, this is something that I progressed towards and realized different things that I had to do. So with that aspect, how has business been as far as being Black, being a woman, being a mother in this type of field and still building a brand?
Right. I definitely feel like the odds are kind of like against me in a sense. Like not just me, but like just obviously being a mom and being a business owner is hard. And I did that 3 times and I'm just like, what's that? No, like what? Like I'm like, I just keep doing it. But it's I can do this. Really, I can do it. Right. Like you would think
oh no.
No, like it's definitely hard. Kids definitely like make things a lot harder. Being Black makes things a lot harder. I feel like at one time, especially my husband was in the military and we were stationed in Yuma, Arizona, which is like a horrible little place. I don't recommend that you visit it, but that's where we were.
No people out there.
That's just for everybody.
Yeah, the people, the cost of living is very low, and people were mainly either Caucasian or Hispanic. And so like I always felt like I had to like put on like a facade, like to act more Caucasian or be more Caucasian. Like I didn't want to put my picture up on my website because I'm like, they're probably not going to book with me because like I'm Black, like, you know, and I still kind of have that insecurity sometimes, especially it's funny because when I was working out there, I booked a lot of like Caucasian clients, and like people, when I came out here, people actually thought I was white because a lot of my clientele was white. And so now that I moved back to California, a lot of my portfolio is Black. And like, I really give it up to like my Black clients. I mean, like all my clients, I love all my clients, but like, I just love the fact that I'm so supported by like the Black community here. Like, especially coming from, like I said, Arizona, I was literally charging like $25 for a session. I'm like, oh my God, like no one's gonna pay me, you know, these prices. Like it's terrifying. And coming here to now charging like $500, $600, $700 and still have the Black community like coming out, like paying those prices, not like, oh, well, can I get a discount or, you know, or what people stereotype.
Is quality, and you're putting out quality work. So you're not.
Yeah, but it's like the same way Jazzy, and I hate to use you as an example, but how Jazz was like, well, your pictures look great to me still, even the pictures from back then. If you're not a photographer, a lot of people will view that. They're like, pictures, or, you know, like if you're great, you got great pictures, you got great pictures. A lot of people don't see like what I see, if that makes sense.
No, it does. Because our advisor has a background with photography as well, and camera and lighting. And there are times when we have shot things or we're taking pictures or whatever, and later on we go back and look, and she'll go back and look, oh, this could have been better, or this could have been better. But to the naked eye, because that's not where my forte is, right, it's strange to see. And no, everything you said, this is your, you know, this is your party. We just got
it. Right.
So it's like that. It's the same thing. Like when I do my art, I do graphic art and other different mediums of art, but I can look at that and I can be like, oh, I slacked right here, or I could have did that, or I could have pulled this color from there, or I could have, you know, did this versus that, and just different things like that.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I mean, like that definitely shocked me because I was like, even me, I feel bad because I kind of like stereotyped like Black people, and I'm Black. I was like, they're not going to pay for, you know, my prices. They're going to be trying to get a discount, you know, because I was so used to working with white clientele. And so like, yeah, I really like am really happy with how supported like I've been. But it's definitely, I mean, getting back to the question, I feel like the odds are definitely kind of against me. Like I have that question, like, would I be more ahead of my game if I was like a white male? You know, would I be in a different place if I was a man in general? You know, I just feel like it's just different. When you're a female, I feel like it's easier for people to like kind of want to take advantage of you, you know, to an extent. And then it's like a lot of my business I do out of my home. So I'm like, oh God, like I don't want my kids running in while I'm trying to do a photo shoot. You know, I don't want people judging me because of this or that. But I feel like a lot of it, I slowly but surely am like overcoming.
So where would you want to see your business going, say in the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Because you've grown so much with your photography in the past. What was it, 7 years ago? That's when you started taking pictures of me and my kid. So where do you see this going, or where do you want it to go?
Actually, how old is Jalen? 7, 8? She's gonna be 8, right?
Oh yeah, you got it.
Oh, 9 years ago, almost 9 years, because I took your maternity pictures.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Definitely, I would like to, my goal, like hopefully by the end of this year, I would like to be back in a studio setting. Right now, like I said, I work from home. Like you can literally, I'm gonna turn my computer. This is my setup from a shoot that I just finished. Like everything is pretty much in my house. So I definitely want to like separate the two. Right now, it makes it easier because I have the baby. And, you know, being able to have him close to me and everything, but I definitely want to be in a studio setting. And I just want to I want to be more consistent. And I feel like that's been what I've lacked a lot, is like consistency. Like I said, I stopped when I had babies. I doubted myself. I stopped. I came back at it. And I feel like if I'm more consistent with, you know, my like hard work and effort, that I can actually be at a higher level of success, you know, where I would like to be, with like having a better like regular income and having a studio and being able to, you know, pretty much do what I want more freely when it comes to my business. And travel. I would like to travel too.
Do you have any places in particular you'd like to see?
Oh gosh. I've not really been many places, so I'm kind of open, but I really want to see like parts of Africa, like Egypt and just like places like that. I also want to see like Europe. I'm pretty like I said, I'm open. I want to see India, pretty much anywhere that's like beautiful and I can capture nice pictures and see beautiful people. I'm pretty open
about the photography. So you would want to evolve in that way as well. Start taking like nature pictures.
No, no.
Take your camera and take nice pictures for your own photo album, is what you're saying, then?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like people, I hate nature pictures so much. I take them and I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. All right, delete. Like, I'm done with this now. Yeah, I'm definitely not a nature photographer, but definitely like meeting people like from different cultures and stuff, and being able to like photograph people from different cultures and different scenery and whatnot.
That's what's up.
And you talked about how having kids has affected your business. How about getting married? When were you married?
I got married December 28th, 2012. And I was already like 3 months pregnant at that time too with my oldest. So yeah, kind of jam-packed all that into one.
I don't know what to say. I mean, jam-packed, you know, jam-packed the next.
Right.
I'm sorry. She'll explain my antics later.
Okay.
So, you made me lose my train of thought.
My train of thought. No.
Okay. So, but having a husband, because you are a military wife,
mm-hmm.
you feel like that impacted your business though, in a sense? Like, do you feel like one had to take the back burner to the other ever, or did they just work together in harmony?
To an extent, yeah. More so because, like you said, being a military wife, like, and not being home, you know, when I got married to my husband, we didn't actually move in together until, I want to say like a year and a half, like a little over a year after we were already married. And so like moving to Arizona and being like away from home, like for the first time, I definitely felt like I needed to take time to like adjust. I had to start all over in the sense of like meeting new people. I'm like, where am I going to get my clientele? Like, I don't know anybody out here, you know? And he was working like 24/7. So it was like, he would try to introduce me to people, but it's different. Like military life is so much different than civilian life. And I still have like PTSD just thinking about it. And I'm like, I wasn't even active duty. I was just a spouse. But yeah, it was definitely, I definitely feel like I had to put it on the back burner a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like it kind of played a part in where I am. Like it had to happen because, like I said, with things being like so difficult with the cost of living and everything, and a lot of people were just like, they did not value my work. And so I feel like I had to experience that in order to find like self-love, self-value, like, you know, for my own craft and passion. Cause I'm like, well, you know, if I don't do it, nobody will, pretty much. That heavy breathing is this thing.
Oh no, that's fine. It's okay. I knew it was a baby. I knew the one that was
What's
sitting
going
next
on
to you.
there?
There was another one coming up right behind him. Yourself. This ain't.
I'm like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like mad loud.
Which baby?
The second
That's
one?
the middle baby?
That's the middle.
Yeah, that's Cash.
That's awesome. Wait, what are their names?
Kaden, they all have the same initial. So it's Kaden Michael. This is, what's your name?
Cash.
Cash what? Cash.
Cash Bennett.
Cash Maddox. And then my little one is Kyle Ryu Marley. I forgot for a second.
I'm an old school anime fan, so name Ryu.
Yep, that's my husband.
He was one of the Ronin warriors. So yes. Sorry.
That is my husband. He's like obsessed with Japanese culture. He had to get one kid in with it, like, which he wanted to name him Goku. So I guess like we did good.
Oh God, yeah. You did really good. I'm sorry, I'm over here with the. I love Vegeta. So sorry. Yes, no.
I would like it.
Don't make me sound.
One Piece man. We won't even.
I'm definitely Vegeta. And definitely gonna name my son Vegeta.
We're not gonna name your son Vegeta. That never happened.
It's okay. It's okay. You're one Prince of all Saiyans. It's okay.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't know who these people are. I just.
Sorry.
I mean, I know who Goku is. I know a little bit of that.
Vegeta's a G.
A little bit.
But yeah, One Piece.
He tries to force me to watch it. He's like, you'll really like it if you watch it. I'm just like, I watch cartoons with the kids all day. I do not want to watch more cartoons.
First of all, it's different from adult cartoons. That means good drama. Good drama.
That's what he says. I'm just like, no, I'm just not an anime person. We've been married for 7 years.
Like, gave him the name. That's it. Stop forcing it on me.
Right.
Be more on me.
Right. It's not going to happen.
What I wanted to chime in on, take us back a little bit when you were talking about being, a wife in the military. I know that couldn't have been easy because I know when anybody that serves in the military, their family serves too.
Mm-hmm.
And so just different things like that. And I mean, the fact that, as a Black woman, as a Black parent, you still put things before you, like your country and just like different things like that. So for that, thank you. And we applaud you for doing for the services.
You're cutting out on me a little bit.
Okay. I said, we wanted to thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And you and your husband, because when he serves, the family also serves. And I know that can't be easy. And it's steady putting your country first. So, I mean, for that alone, we thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We thank you both, and just different things like that. But yeah, so I guess how we want to kind of wrap it up is on what you want to go.
Well, I want to be.
Yeah.
Well, I want to wrap it up because my intention to all of the different social medias you have, because it's only right that we're sitting here talking about all of it. Anybody who's interested, I want them to know how to do photography, and we got a chance to meet your kids, and they're all online, right? They're social media influencers. So if you want to just go ahead and just give us a rundown of the ways we can support
my many social medias. Yeah.
Yeah, run it down.
Just so we gotta support.
Got it. So yeah, my photography page is Eyekonicphotography. On Instagram, not on Facebook, but on Instagram, and my website's Eyekonic Photography as well. So it's EYEKONIC photography. And then on Instagram, also my son and his content creation page is Kaden Bennett, or Kaden_Bennett. And then our family content creation page is TheBennetGang.
I love it.
Yes, so cute. And you just posted a family picture, I think, today.
Yeah, I posted a family picture.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, so cute. And you just posted a family picture, I think, today.
That was my husband. Yeah. I haven't even had a chance to look at it. I just seen like comments. Like my phone never stops buzzing, and every now and then I'll look down and it'll be like, "Oh, cute family," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. He must have posted something." But yeah.
You know that your social media has posted a picture.
Yeah.
I just couldn't even imagine being like having such a big social media presence that people were letting me know.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely like transformed like our entire life for sure.
I mean, but that's the wonderful thing. So people can let you know, girl, you know this was posted on your page. Other people are checking it for you. It's like concierge service.
That's me. That's me checking it for you. So if you ever want to know what's going on your page, let me know.
I'll like joke around with my husband. So I'm like, on the plus side, like you could never like sneak out on me. Like everybody will be like, Daddy Bennett is out right now. Like we have pictures, we have Snapchats. Like everybody knows who you are, bro. Like
tag them.
Right.
And he also, did you want to let people know about his podcast as well?
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. His social media, we just have like a stream of social medias. Like it started with my son and then our family page, and then like my husband like branched out into his page. But he has a podcast called Father to Father, and so he has a page called Father to Father, and then he has his own brand called Pothead Pops. And he kind of educates like about cannabis. Cannabis has been like a big lifesaver for him as far as like his injuries and depression and PTSD from the Marine Corps. And so he kind of uses his PTSD. Okay, he uses his
depression, anxiety. Come back right me.
He uses, bro, we're live, bro. Sorry.
That was perfect. That was perfect. We're live.
Everybody was just paying
attention. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, he uses his podcast for that to kind of shine light on that. They can't see you, my love. Now they can see you.
Hey, first of all, I just want everybody to know that me and Cash's hair is exactly identical. Kaden passed a long time ago.
Cash, you riding yours,
but if
pride.
I take this ponytail out, you know, my hair looks just like that. Cash.
Where's hard to get that little bun in the back?
First of all, it's just because of the shrinkage. Okay, that needs help.
His locks are still so new too. Like you could literally probably comb them out.
So cute. So cute. Gonna have to hop in my pictures.
Yep, claim them as your own. Just keep them for a week. That's a requirement.
But no take backs. Look,
for a full week. Like, you can't split that week up. It has to be a full week.
I'm okay with that, right, Cash?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah,
we're gonna walk around in our matching hairstyles. That's what he signed up for. And then I'm gonna like piggyback off of his social media presence. I'm gonna become Insta famous.
I'm done.
Make an Instagram called TheBennetGang.
The missing Bennett gang member.
The real
Bennett. Right.
The real Bennetts.
You're just laughing.
I love how he's just smiling. He's like, yeah, I'm okay with all of this.
He just likes attention. That's all of my kids.
All right. So, I think that's pretty much, I mean, I don't want to say that's everything. There's so much to you that it would just take us like a whole weekend to get it.
Oh my gosh.
And so we'll get through that when you take my pictures, okay?
Right.
No, it's not even just that. This may be a continuous series though, just because again, another Black entrepreneur, and we're encouraging our viewers and our followers to reach out. And you might have an advice column for young photography entrepreneurs and freelancers and just different things like that. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but as for now, is there any piece of advice that you would want to give somebody who was a young woman who was in your shoes where you were maybe 7 years ago? when all this started?
I'm so sorry, guys. You're like cutting out again.
That's a great question too.
Yeah, no, I can repeat it just fine.
Okay.
Jasmine was asking, is there any piece of advice that you would want to give to another young woman in your same position with some of your same skill sets? Is there anything that you would want to tell her?
My advice would be, don't stop. Don't procrastinate. Learn as much as you can, and definitely.
Jasmine's egging him on.
I know.
No, I'm sorry. No, we're listening.
No, definitely. Self-love. Like, I tell my friends all the time that are like starting their businesses, starting their brands, like, you have to believe that you're the shit if you want other people to believe it. You know, if you feel like you're like horrible, or you're not doing, you're not doing well, you're not gonna be successful, like, people are gonna be able to read you like that. If you want people to respect you, you have to respect yourself, you have to respect your business, and everything else will fall in line if you have that.
That's great advice. I should have wrote it down. Because I feel like
you can talk to her and reach her at any point in given time. Look, she making it seem like this is my
right. I'll shoot it to you in a text, Jazz. I'll shoot you that advice.
I'm done.
Yeah, just text me. I will follow it.
Yeah, she's gonna need that as an affirmation.
I'm going to
morning.
need that when I'm starting the Real Bennett's Instagram.
Yes, I got you.
But the BSU, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you for this interview.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking out. I know it's late. I know you had a long day. I know that it took me, this was my first time trying to put podcast. So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being such a great friend. Thank you for being such a great woman that will be watching this can look up to.
For the record, this isn't her first time.
No, but setting up.
Okay.
This ain't her first time.
Like, hey, this is all set up. You are going to interview her. So this was my first time reaching out, finding a person.
But this is what it's all about. This is how we learn, we grow in skills.
And I could not have chose a better person.
Yeah.
To practice.
Next person. She said to practice on, not the real thing, but a great person to practice.
Pictures on me, okay?
I just want you to know. Oh God.
Okay, so that was when the beginning, when I said we're gonna try not to do jokes that people might not realize. Okay.
No. I know. No. I know it was a joke, but it was some seriousness behind it. I was a willing victim. It's like I'm just wanting return on the favor. That's it. But no, we thank you for this return. Though. We thank you, and you are a strong Black woman. Period. Not just during this month, but
thank you.
Days of the year. You doing it? I see that one. He can't wait. Mommy, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, again.
No, that's my mommy.
Oh, I know. I can't.
I know I am.
Listen.
I'm your mom?
No, he was talking to me. I know that's your mom.
Is that your mom?
Am I your mom? I'm your mom?
You can have this one. You can have this.
Our hair matches, so
I'm done. All right. We know it's late. We'll let you go. But
all right, guys.
Thank you for, being patient with us and giving us some of your time. And the kids too.
Yes, thank you. Sorry for taking you away from your kids.
No problem. Take me away from my kids. I'm just kidding. All right, guys.
He rolled up. He said, "No, that's my mama." We don't want no problems. Again, the BSU, we love you. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Bye. Bye.